Alrighty guys, decided to do a little bit of a walk around on my 2017 KTM Super Duke. Show you some of the things that I've done, some of the issues, well, not issues, but little things. So there's the bike. It's got about, I don't know, 1,800 miles on it right now. Some of the first additions I made were actually before I even got the bike. I ordered the BST rims from Motor Mummy through Brock's. Obviously they were the cheapest around. Motor Mummy, that is. Rims came with everything you really need. They come with the spacers, 90-degree valve stems already installed. Relatively painless process getting them other than the checkbook. They were mounted by hand by the local KTM dealership. Very beautiful product, flawless, no issues with them whatsoever. I didn't get the ceramic bearings for the front. The rears obviously don't have the bearing. I just didn't need them. I neglected to have the dealer put the TPSs in, so I always have a hazard light on my dash, but I don't care about that. I'll get that shut off when I ever go back to the dealer. So yeah, those are the rears. Fronts are a little bit harder to see due to the discs and all that, but again, no issues, beautiful product. The next part that I had ordered prior to the bike coming in was the Austin Racing full titanium high mount system. I don't know, I think it's GT1 or something like that. It's black ceramic coated. Took forever to get. It's like a 3-month wait. The rear pipe came in at like 3-month mark, 2-month mark, and then I had to wait about another month for the front two headers, which come with the bungs already installed and block off bolts in there in case you eventually want to use O2 sensors again. But quality of it's good. Fitment, it's kind of tough. The issue that I have is that it's super tight going down near the swing arm, and then you got to add in some high-speed compression when you have passengers on. Speaking of passengers, they do offer the passenger bracket. I painted it black. So there's that. There's the can with the orange tip. It's loud as fuck. It just barks, which is what I want. It's obnoxious, but I don't care. What I don't like is on the back side, excuse me, they have one bracket there when in previous editions of it they had 2 brackets. They say one bracket's sufficient. I say bullshit. What happens is that one bracket creates a fulcrum or a swinging point, and if you can see, it creates motion at the slip joint right there. You can see where it's rubbing off some of the coating. Not a big deal. I don't really care about the appearance, but I don't like having something wiggle, especially a $3,000 exhaust system or right around there. But it is what it is until I come up with a workaround and figure out how I'm going to get it more secure, or if I'm going to go with Austin's new dual high mount or Roddy's dual high mount, which is coming out soon. Speaking of Roddy, I got their SAS block off plates, stage 3 kit, whatever that is. I also went with their full intake kit. Stage 4 intake kit with a PC5 and a map loaded for me. Can't really see much of that. The green hose you see is the tank vent. Some nice Tygon hose. I have it going down through the kickstand spring, and it just kind of leaks out down the kickstand, whatever vapors that come out. Otherwise, it would have been leaking vapors and fuel right onto the exhaust, and I didn't want to risk that. That tube in there goes over to the other plastic block-off plate like that, and there's 2 hoses over there that are sealed up for future throttle body sinking. Rottweiler, very, very good company to deal with, great products, great support, very good support. Next product, Evotech sump guard. I had to cut it down below there to make it fit with the exhaust. Then I was told that they actually make a sump plate that takes into account the bigger head pipes of Austin and Akrapovic exhaust, but nothing a cutoff wheel wouldn't have handled. Next mod, the rebranded, relabeled AR hinged levers. Very nice looking pieces, but they're not AR. They're TV something or another. I guess AR got in trouble for that. But they're a good product. They look good. I like to kind of keep with the theme of part suppliers. CRG lane splitter mirrors. Took a while to get used to them, but they work pretty decently. They go in and out. I have them mounted on Rhino Moto bar end sliders, which have actually already saved me. I did drop the bike once, stupid disc lock, so I had to replace one of these sliders that got scuffed up, but good product there. I got the KTM tank pads or whatever, non-slip grip thingies, and the cowl, which, I don't know, it came horribly. I mean, it's a cheap enough part, but it was horribly finished. A lot of scratches and mars in it, but I'm going to wrap that probably within the next week with some black 3M vinyl wrap. I think that's a custom dynamics or something, custom LED integrated tail light, brake light, reverse light, directional setup. Works awesome. I also have the Yoshimura tail tidy, which is super clean, was very easy to install, as was the light. Utilizes all the stock wiring. Not a lot of issues with that. Gold foil tape, heat tape on the brake reservoir, which I relocated. In that area, you remove all the servos for the exhaust flapper valve, so that frees up a lot of space, but you got to kind of think of where you're going to remount your brake reservoir. An existing hole was there. I used one of the bolts out of the exhaust, and that's where that stays. Don't know if the heat tape does anything. I don't know, some people don't like the look of it. I think it looks alright. Who the fuck cares? So yeah, I keep the bike mostly in race mode. First, second, third gear, it'll wheelie without the clutch. It'll violently wheelie. Fourth gear, a slight tug. When you get it into it really hard, it'll pull it up. Usually I keep the slip set at 1. I think that would be the least intrusive. I don't know if I've spun the tire yet or not. I'd like to, but it's not an extended bike, so I haven't got the balls to do that yet. But so yeah, this is the Super Duke 2017. There's a million videos out there now. These bikes are in the wild. People have got them finally. So it is what it is. I got a set of orange Renthal bars that I'll be putting on once I get the heated grips. There's some windshield options out there that I'm researching, but haven't decided on anything of that nature yet. Oh, also I forgot to show the Akrapovic carbon fiber hugger setup. It's awfully dirty right now, but that was a nice piece of kit, but difficult to install because it's on the underside of the chain guard. There's a plastic piece you reuse from the stock one. And getting it all clipped in there with the ABS line and the brake line was kind of a pain in the ass, but a little bit of patience and it comes on and goes on fine. So that's that. So that's my Super Duke. I guess there'll be more mods to follow. But for now I'm happy with it. Extremely happy. Alright, talk to you later.